What's up, guys? It is Ninjaguyanu here, and today we are playing. Actually, we're not playing anything. This is not live, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not gaming while I'm doing this. It's over some Hearthstone. If you don't know what Hearthstone is, basically it's kind of this virtual card game where they match you up with someone to play, and it's kind of like a card game. You guys will see in a couple seconds. Now just a fair warning, I am not very good at this game, so I get crushed. No, I don't get crushed. I don't, I don't win, but I don't do that bad. So this will give you like an overall feel for the game and how it works. So, anyway, here it goes. Uh, but what I actually wanted to talk about was about Rift versus WoW. Um, Now, Rift is they're both MMORPGs, which means that it's massively multiplayer online role-playing games. I think that's what it stands for. So they have the both same general concept. Although I did, I okay, so I just downloaded Rift. I played it for a good 10 levels to get the good feel of it. Um, uh, here's my overall report. So first of all, price. So the price of the game for World of Warcraft, you have to get the starter pack or bonus or starter chest or whatever the heck it's called, which costs about $25, I believe. I'm not completely sure about these numbers, but they're just about $25. Then you have to buy. You don't have to buy Mist of Pandaria, but it's recommended so you can get the full game, basically, like every single aspect of the game, which costs, I believe, $40 to $60. I'm not completely sure about those numbers, but it's just about like a console game, $60. So you have the prices for World of Warcraft, um, but Rift is completely free, no questions asked, completely free. Um, so you can download the game for free. Everything's free inside the game, except in Rift. Something they don't really tell you is um, it's kind of like if have you ever played? If you ever played Wizard 101, I used to play that as a lot as a kid. Like as a younger kid, I guess. It's a game where you basically there's it's free until like you actually want to get some cool stuff, and that's when it starts costing money. So you can buy a different kind of currency. So there's the normal currency and the paid for currency, which you actually use to buy, you know, the real cool things. World of Warcraft is completely free once you bought the starter pack and Mr. Pandaria. Everything else is free except for game time. Now you can get a subscription for like I think the most you can pay is like 20 or $30 a month, and that's a subscription. Or you can go to a games like whatever GameStop or whatever you guys have near you, uh, and get game time from there. And I know for a fact the GameStop closest to my home is $25 for 3 months, which isn't that bad. But then you realize that you have to go to every 3 months. You have to actually go out and buy it, and you have to have the $25 at the end of the time. At the end of 3 months. So when I got Rift, I was broke, so which is what compelled me to get Rift, as well as they often like I know Razer was having a thing where they would give you like a free cape and a free starter mount if you put in a code on their website. So the prices, overall, World of Warcraft costs a lot of money to start with and to keep playing, but Rift is completely free, except Rift does have that uh, currency you have to pay for. And I believe it's gems. Now, inside the gameplay is it's very similar. It's not the exact same thing, but it's very similar in the sense that if there's yellow sparkles whenever there's a quest objective, quest givers look this it's very similar. The whole layout is very similar. So if you played WoW before, Rift will be very easy. And vice versa. Um, So you really get the same feel from both games. Now, so basically, they're very similar. Now, like third, I guess, is race. So in World of Warcraft, you have many options of races you can have. Like there's you can have Tauren, Worgen, which is what I am, human, orc, goblin, dwarf, all all these races. There's so many that you can pick. In Rift, however, there's only three per faction, and I believe that is the human-like uh, race, high elf, and dwarf, I believe, which are so it's only three per faction, which is kind of upsetting because limits your options. Going with faction, both games have two factions, which is pretty cool. So Rift has Rift has Guardians and oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking right now. Oh god, there's the Guardians and one more. I'm sorry, I'm completely blanking right now. And World of Warcraft has the Horde and the Alliance. So both games have two factions to pick from, which is pretty cool. Which brings a whole different kind of online gameplay for you. Next, I want to move on to character personalization. Character personalization. Sorry, I'm sorry. I know this mic doesn't sound as good. I'm still trying to work on my mic, fixing my old mic, and yeah, sorry. Anyway, so with going along with customer personalization, so basically you have you have many options on both uh and Rift and World of Warcraft, but I do feel like you have a uh more customizability with Warcraft than Rift. I felt like I was 10 minutes and I was done, or not even like 5 or 6 minutes and I was done with my Rift character. Getting completely personalized, completely unique. But my Warcraft character took a little more time because they had a lot more personalization traits per race. One example is for my Tauren, or yeah, Tauren I just made. There's the whole kind of like nose rings and facial hair that was completely different combinations of those two that made my character a lot more unique than other starter Taurens. So I feel like Warcraft wins in that area. Now, especially gameplay, I felt very, almost as I was playing the beta for World of Warcraft when I was playing Rift, just because everything was so, simple. Um, like it was very like when I was riding a horse, it was just moving forward. There was no, extra movement here and there. So it would really bring the whole, you're riding a horse aspect. Like, it was just like, okay, you're riding a horse, you're just gonna move a little faster, and you're gonna look like you're on top of, whatever this is. And that felt very very basic to me. Um, Now that's the whole gameplay thing, and Warcraft just brings a lot more detail to everything. For example, when I'm riding a horse, or in like if you're flying a horse in the air, you can still see it like moving its legs or moving its feet or hooves rather. To you can see that, and it brings a lot more aspect of I'm riding a horse. Even if it is like Pegasus or whatever I'm riding in the air, I can still see that it's still a horse-like mount. Um, what else do I have? I had a list here. Let me see. Oh, also, my bad. Specialization, like the moving. God, like like rogue and warriors, like your class kind of. So, I have a Worgen warrior, and a Tauren warrior, and for Rift, there's a very similar kind of thing. Um, There's like Rogue, which Warcraft also has, a warrior-like class, and just a lot more um, than Warcraft. Warcraft is very basic when you start, so you have you can pick your rogue or your warrior or your mage or whatever, your shaman or whatever you want to pick, and then you keep going on from there. Then you can pick later on in your stage. You can pick, oh, I want you know different kinds, different branches to go off of. But Rift, once you start, you pick your rogue, then you pick a different kind, and you really go into detail as to what your class wants. And I feel like that's very important for the beginning, so that you can you can set yourself out for the beginning as to what you want to do. Now, in World of Warcraft, they have kind of like, as you get to different levels, you can pick up different abilities based on your class. Um, and that's very interesting. But Rift brought in a brand new way of doing this, a much more interesting way of doing this. By basically what they did is they have something called a soul tree, and the soul tree, basically, it's you can spend soul points, I believe, as you get them as you level up, and you can spend them in different areas of your class to get different abilities. So you're really personalizing which way you want to go and which abilities you want to get, before other abilities. And I feel like that's pretty important. Now, overall, I feel like the verdict is definitely. I liked Rift for the first few minutes or few hours I played, but after that I felt like it got boring and quite honestly just very very basic to me. So my verdict was World of Warcraft 1. Now I have played World of Warcraft for longer. That is taken into effect, but you also have to count that Rift was very general almost. Like it didn't bring anything new to the table besides the Soul Tree, or it didn't bring anything exciting to me that I hadn't seen before. So as a final verdict, I picked World of Warcraft. And although it is World of Warcraft is very expensive, especially um, if you can't get it like a cash flow, I guess, from a real job, you know it's very expensive. And Rift is free, although to get anything you actually want, you're gonna have to pay for it. So, World of Warcraft 1. There you go. That's for you guys. For anyone who's wondering about getting Rift, or getting Warcraft, or deciding which one to get if you didn't want to get both. Um, I definitely recommend World of Warcraft. But I do also recommend Rift in case you want to try something. If in case you want to get something for free, a nice free game to play for a little while. Now that is all for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, and comment below what you think, whether you would like Rift or World of Warcraft better. Now, I also want to show you guys um, this really cool new Hearthstone